In Africa, the cradle of mankind's birth, powerful kingdoms rose, a story of worth. From ancient times to the Middle Age, a continent's tale, a captivating stage. With deserts hot, the Sahara stands tall, and Nile's great river through nations it does sprawl. A youth-filled land, the youngest population, diamonds and cocoa from its fertile foundation. Exemplary leaders, their legacy told. Nkrumah, Mandela, their spirits bold. Ellen Johnson Sirleaf, her first female leader, so wise. From Liberia's democracy, where freedom lies. Aliko Dangote, an entrepreneur's might. Wealthiest in Africa, a beacon of light. With refinery brand, his vision so vast. A symbol of progress, an icon to last. Namlolwe and Nyanza, a freshwater gem, reflected the dreams of many a gem. A continent of superlatives, it's true, with vibrance and vigor, a future anew. If history has shown such stars of grace, in Africa's embrace, new legends will trace. Let courage and dreams unite as one for a brighter tomorrow where greatness is spawned. In this beautiful, colorful, and friendly domain, greatness awaits, where hopes shall not wane, where tales of triumph weave a tapestry. Welcome to Today in African History. The man pictured here discovered the North Pole, allegedly. Emancipation Day was also celebrated for the first time in only this US state, 7 months later than the other states. Let's get cracking. Meet the man who discovered the North Pole. The first discoverer of the North Pole, Matthew Henson, was born on this day in 1866 in Nanjeroy, Maryland. Who would have dreamed that the son of sharecroppers in Maryland would one day become one of the world's great explorers? While attempting to reach the North Pole with fellow explorer Robert E. Peary, Matthew Henson's team was able to reach the North Pole 45 minutes prior to Peary on the 16th of April 1909. His explorations began at the age of 12 when he received a job as a cabin boy on the merchant ship Katie Hines, which sailed out of Baltimore. Captain Charles of the vessel taught him to read and write and took him under his training and guidance. He traveled with Captain Charles around the world and learned the art of navigation. Later in life, while Henson was working at a clothing store in Washington, D.C., Peary met him and, after learning of his experience, recruited him for a voyage to Nicaragua. This was the beginning of a lifetime of world-traveling discoveries together for the two men. Henson and Peary would explore the Arctic for over 20 years together with Henson, learning the language of the Inuit people and becoming skilled in surviving in rough Arctic weather and terrain with the use of dog sleds, igloos, mobile igloos, and developing the needed survival skills of trading and communication with the native Inuit. After 7 attempts to reach the North Pole, Peary made his 8th attempt with Henson in 1908 to 1909 to reach the North Pole. Peary and John and Henson would start on land with a trek to the North Pole with 24 men, 19 sleds, and 130 dogs. Wow. Henson and Perry would finally reach the North Pole on April 6, 1909, with 4 Inuit men and 40 dogs. Wow! So 90 dogs died or didn't make it. Henson died on the 9th of March 1955 in the Bronx, New York, at the age of 88. What a guy. Sheer determination. So this is the guy that discovered the North Pole 45 minutes before the person who is more popularly known as being the discoverer of the North Pole. His name is Matthew Henson. He died in 1955 in New York at the age of 88. And this is the flag of the state of Tennessee. For Tennesseans, you would recognize your state flag. Emancipation Day in the state of Tennessee. The day, of course, was this date in 1863. Tennessee's case was unique in that the state's recognition of emancipation, because of its exception, was not directly dependent on Union victory. Emancipation Day in the state took shape in a different way. Andrew Johnson, Tennessee's military governor at the time and later the 17th president of the United States, successfully persuaded Lincoln to exclude Tennessee from the consequence of the proclamation. This meant that enslaved Tennesseans did not join people in states such as Alabama, Florida, Georgia, and Mississippi in celebrating Emancipation Day on the 1st of January. 7 months after the proclamation's implementation on August 8, 1863, when Andrew Johnson freed his personal slaves at his home in Greenville, Tennessee, emancipation was finally acknowledged in East Tennessee. August 8th became Emancipation Day, also known as Freedom Day, and was celebrated in Greenville. Sam Johnson, a man formerly enslaved by Andrew Johnson, was instrumental in having the date observed and celebrated. So Emancipation Day in the state of Tennessee in the United States of America. Last but not least, on this day, the African Meeting House, also known variously as First African Baptist Church, First Independent Baptist Church, and the Belknap Street Church, was built in 1806 and is now the oldest black church edifice still standing in the United States. Thomas Paul, a black American preacher from New Hampshire, led worship meetings for African Americans at Faneuil Hall. Hall, with 20 of his members, officially formed the First African Baptist Church on August 8, 1805. In the same year, land was purchased for a building. The African Meeting House, as its name came to be commonly called, was completed the next year. At the public dedication on December 6, 1806, the first floor pews were reserved for all those, in quotes, benevolently disposed to the Africans, while the black members sat in the balcony of the new meeting house. So that's history as it happened on this day in 1805. The First African Baptist Church was officially formed. On that note, folks, we have come to the end of today's Today in History. Thanks for dropping by once again. If you are here for the third or fourth or fifth time, thanks for dropping by. If you're here for the first time and you like what we do, subscribe to the channel, like the video, share the video, turn on your notification bell so that you receive updates of our video uploads. Once again, we appreciate you dropping by. Have a fantastic day, and I shall see you tomorrow, 9th of August, when we shall talk about this fantastic athlete who silenced a racist dictator. I'm sure you can guess who that was. We'll see you tomorrow. Bye for now.